Hi and welcome to my video on how to fold hydrangea tilings using the same method as a clover tessellation. If that doesn't mean anything to you, you've probably got the wrong video. If you're into origami but don't know how to fold the clover or the hydrangea by Fujimoto, you should definitely have a look on YouTube. There are tons of videos on how to fold these two designs. Now, the purpose of this video is to show you how to fold a 3x3 clover with all the tiles flat. So here's a standard clover that you'll find tutorials online for. It's done like a square pyramid. This is exactly the same thing with the same amount of tiles. They're just ordered differently. So if you sink these 4 tiles there backwards, you'll end up with this. So what I want to do is show you how to fold these from the beginning to be flat. The real reason I wanted to do this video, and I've been wanting to do it for a while, is because I saw how people were folding hydrangea tilings, and I couldn't believe how complicated it was. So in my previous video I showed you how to fold a 2x2 hydrangea, where you collapse it at the centre to start with, and then you build it out. A lot of people are actually will collapse these, all 4 of these flowers all at once and collapse it down. So if you're wanting to do a large grid of 3x3, that's a lot of pre-creasing and getting it ready before collapsing it down. That is not how I roll. So what I wanted to do is just show people how I've figured out how to do any sized hydrangea or clover tiling. This one is going to be I'll show you the 3x3. As I said, please see my previous video to show how to do the 2x2. The difference is that with odd numbers, you've got this. You have a tile in the center. With the even numbered tilings, it's a different start because you're actually creating the 4 corners of the center 4 tiles. Whereas with odd numbers, you are creating the center tile first. So then, using my previous video on the 2x2 hydrangea and this video, you should be able to figure out how to do any number of tilings you like. So, we start with a 16x16 grid because, as my last video, I showed you the different ways, different grids required to fold different tiling numbers. So, this is a 3x3 clover, so it's a 16x16 grid. Alright, so first we start off with the center tile. This is the same process that you use to fold a single hydrangea flower, actually. It's just using the center of this grid. So this is the start of a normal clover tessellation. So just as normal, you're just creating center tile. So, first tile complete. With a normal clover tessellation, the next step is you pop in there and in there. Yep, so that's the next step. And you flatten that down, and then you see it's stepped down to the next layer of the pyramid. But we don't want to do that. What we want is to get this 3rd layer on top of those 2. So all it is a change in where you put those creases. So instead of going from that point of that petal there, you go from the two corners. You're not making any other creases or anything, you're just reversing some creases at a different spot. And there. Then we'll do the next 3. Single tile. Now this is the next step does get a little bit tricky, but once you get to know these folds, it does make a lot of sense. So what you're wanting to do is pop out a section like that. So if you fold that back, what you want is to make this square isolated. So you fold that down. What you're doing basically is a little shape like a little house. See? And you reverse those creases. You just want to make and you can collapse that down again. Okay, and there you go. So from grab one of these and you pop that out there. So again, as I said, this will make a lot of sense if you do a lot of these. You understand how they work and what the base folds are. So you're making, it's going to be, so if this was a larger grid, these would be long pleats, and then they come to a triangle at the top. And collapse it down like that. So then 2 more. Oops. There we go. So you got your tiles just there, and then it's just to finish it off. So standardly, a normal clover would finish off like this. So that would be how a normal one finishes off. I like to square them off because I think it looks cooler. So you can just pop those edges in on themselves, those points. And then the corners. I mean, all the creases are there, so they just kind of collapse in, and then you squash that down. And there you have it. A 3x3 clover tessellation with all the tiles flat. And that will open up for you any number of opportunities you can do to then fold hydrangeas. So this here is a 3x3 hydrangea, exactly the same folding technique to make the 3x3 clover tiles on the back. It's just slightly larger as per my grid calculations. So there you go. Good luck to everyone. My next video will be on how to alter the clover tiles and alter their order after you've already folded it. Alright, thanks for watching.